It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
All right, we do have a real estate question from Benjamin on YouTube. He said, is buying a duplex as a first home a good idea? With renting or Airbnb on the other side of the duplex, is there anything that I should watch out for? Now, this is something, I'm seeing this as a trend, like on TikTok and different things. They're calling it house hacking.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a genius idea in some ways, but is there any considerations that he needs to think about beforehand?
I actually love this idea. Now, I want to tell you is the only thing you need to consider is look at where because you hear it on real estate all the time, location, location, location. So sometimes duplexes, I just know in a lot of communities where you get into multifamily homes and stuff, it's not, and look, I'm basing this off of where I was in Georgia and other things. I'm just giving you the considerations. Is that you need to think big picture. Is that where I'm buying my house? What's the why? What's the purpose? Am I living here as a single person or as a newly married person? And this is all I have to think about is financially, does this make sense? Because having somebody pay half of your mortgage potentially through, or even more than half of your mortgage by renting from you is very exciting. But I want you to think about if you don't buy houses unless you can be there for 5 to 7 years. And if that 5 to 7 years you think you're going to get married and start having kids, you need to start thinking about, hey, is this going to be in the area where I want my kids can go to school? And if there's not good schools in the area, that might, now look, you have the potential, you could turn this into an investment property fully after you've lived there a few years. But I'm just saying, I love the concept, but make sure you're taking and writing down on paper or creating a plan for what will happen in this 5 to 7 year period that I have to commit to buy this, and does it work financially? I love, because it's great. I mean, we're doing the same thing we bought a building for the business recently, and I love the fact that we're going to now be paying rent to ourselves. And when you house hack, you kind of do the exact same thing. You're paying yourself rent, but you also have rent coming in from your tenants. I know people, you don't have to stop at duplexes. You can have triplexes, quadplexes. We have clients that have it all. It's a great thing because, depreciation and other things help you on your taxes, but just make sure you still are respectful of where this falls into the financial order of operations. You're not going too far out on the leverage side of things without having enough liquidity to get you through those dry periods. But if you're living in the property and it's well within your budget, this is a great way to essentially get your living, one of the most expensive things that pulls out of your wallet to be as cheap as possible.
So if you're okay with being a landlord and it aligns with your long-term goals, it's not a bad idea if that works for you.